Searching CINAHL. To get to the CINAHL database from the MSMC portal, click the library link. That will bring you to the library webpage. Under Research, you'll see a Find Information by Subject. When we click here, there's a link to the Nursing Research Guide. And as we can see, we land on the database page of the Nursing Research Guide, and CINAHL is at the top of the list. We click on CINAHL, and that will bring us into the database. Now, before we actually start searching, there are some limiters that you may want to employ before typing in your search, and they're farther down on the page. So if we scroll down, you'll see English language, an important limiter to use, research article, because generally when you go to CINAHL, you're looking for research articles, and peer-reviewed. That gives you journals where a group of peers have reviewed the articles before they have been published. So it's a higher level, higher quality of research article. Other things that you may be interested in, you can click evidence-based practice, randomized control trials, a journal subset if you need it from a nursing journal, geographic subset if you need just from the United States. But these are the three that I always start with when I'm searching in CINAHL. And then of course the fourth one would be the published date. So you always want to enter something that's within the last 5 years. It's 2020 right now, so I'll do 2015 to 2020. So we have 4 limiters in place: English, research article, peer-reviewed, and the last 5 years. Now we can come up and put in our search terms. And depending on what we're looking to search for, we might just have one search term to put in, or we can think about different aspects of our search to enter them into the different search frames. So for instance, if I wanted to do something on preventing falls, I start typing preventing falls, and that gives me some other suggestions that I might want to search in the future on. Preventing falls, or falls prevention, or reduce falls. That looks like it might be useful to me. And I'm just going to start this general search, and it shows me that I have almost 2,000. So if this were truly my search topic, I may want to consider a different population, a population that I'm focusing on, or such as the elderly, or maybe a location that I would want to look into, such as long-term care facility, hospital, community situation, and I could add any of those into the second box. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to keep it broad like that. I want to show you on the left-hand side, those limiters that we had put in are showing up right here. So if I wanted to remove one, I could just click and it would remove it. But let's go over the results that we have here. You'll notice I didn't limit to full text. We have this service called Check True Serials for Full Text, which will check the other library databases without me having to search them to see if a particular article is full text in another database. And you'll notice that a lot of the more recent results here have exactly that check true serials. So what happens when you click check true serials? Well, let's find out. Say I was interested in that article, and I come here, and it tells me that this particular article is available in a physical journal at Mount St. Mary College, where the last 5 years are there. So I could go to the library, I can find this journal, and if I click on this link, it will actually show me the record in the catalog. And I can see where the journal is located with a map of the library layout, and that the journal is right there. I can go to the library, I can bring it to a copier, I can scan it and email it to myself, I could print it out in paper format. So that's what TrueSerials can give you, that capability. And if it wasn't available in the library or in a database, you'll notice it does have this request item link. So for those articles where the full text is not available, I can click the request item. And because I'm logged into the portal and I clicked off that link, it pre-populates the form for that article as well as putting in my information. And so with one click, I can request this article and I'll receive it in an email in the next 2 to 5 days at no charge. And that's the important thing that I want to stress, is that when you do create a request, it's at no charge to you. But let's go back to CINAHL, and I don't see any full text on this first page, so I am going to limit to full text. And that's going to bring my results from 1900 down to 400. Still too many, but we're starting to get a smaller result set. And if this were something that looked interesting to me, I can click the PDF full text. It'll bring me to this page where I can look at the article, and also over on the right hand side there are these icons that will allow me to save it to a Google Drive. I can print out a hard copy. I recommend emailing it to yourself so you'll have it available and not have to get back to it. You can add it to a folder on your computer. Another function that you can get in the database is to cite it. And I'm just going to give you a caveat that this is a computer doing the citation. So although it will gather up the various data elements and put them in the right order, it doesn't always handle punctuation and capitalization correctly. But it does give you the majority of it, let's say 80%. So if this were my paper, I would copy and paste this into my references page, but know that I would have to review it. And in fact, I can tell because the author's names are all capitalized that this is not done correctly. With APA, you don't capitalize any words all in caps. So I would know that I would have to do some revision to this, but I'd have all the pertinent information. So it's okay to use. It even tells you up here to pay special attention to that. So it's okay to use a citation function in a database, but you just want to be aware of the fact that it may not be 100% correct. And I'd hate for you to lose points on your paper by relying on this and not realizing that you have to do some revision. So I'm going to go back to the result list, and that gives us an opportunity to think again, like if we did want to put in another term here, and if it were hospitals that I wanted to, and it gives me, okay, acute setting, inpatient or ward, I'm going to try that. Limit my search down to a location, and 132, still a lot, but we're getting it honed in more on what might be relevant to what I'm searching for. So with CINAHL, general searching, you can limit by things such as language, the dates. You always want to select peer-reviewed. Research articles is generally why you're coming into CINAHL. You can choose to limit to full text or not. Generally, we suggest not, because it does preclude you using this check TrueSerials for full text service, where it will go out and search the other databases. You have the option to save it to Google Drive, to email it to yourself, to find a citation. And all of this is available in CINAHL. Of course, if you have any additional questions, you can always reach out to myself, Denise Garofalo, the librarian for the School of Nursing, and we can set up a one-on-one appointment where I can answer any of the questions that you may have. Thank you.